Yeah, what's going on? So today we got a video from Midwest Crime, and the title of the video is Trying to Help the Girl He Just Stabbed. Let's get into the video.
Just after midnight, Duluth officers were dispatched to Gateway Towers Apartments after getting reports of a stabbing and hit-and-run crash. What followed was a dangerous encounter involving multiple victims and a suspect who fled the scene.
Suspect's living in another vehicle.
I'm bleeding from my chest, dude.
I feel like I should be released here.
Okay.
I have a right to defend myself, and you know it.
I have a dude that is shining this guy in the face, and his dog is barking at him, and he's threatening him.
Okay.
Right outside Gateway, on Michigan Street. On Gateway, yes.
And what's going on?
This guy is wearing a black jacket, and he's carrying a water, and he's got a hat on, and he's threatening a resident here.
Alright.
He's flashing a flashlight right in his face.
Alright, you said the Michigan Street side. We've already got a call. We'll get him over there.
Yes. Okay, please hurry.
One 911 caller reported that a man had stabbed a woman and was attempting to flee the scene in his car. Another caller reported hearing one gunshot and seeing a victim on the ground. Multiple officers immediately responded. When officers arrived at Gateway Towers, they found a woman clutching her chest. She was bleeding profusely from a stab wound in her upper right chest. Despite the severity of her injury, she managed to tell officers, "He stabbed me."
Stabbed. Right here.
Where? In your chest?
Yeah. I can't.
Keep some pressure on it, okay?
He just got ran over.
Okay, keep your pressure on it. Who stabbed you? I have an ambulance coming, miss. All right? I want you to know.
Ask them, they know.
Okay.
I don't know the dude, he lives here. Ask them.
Okay, how many people were
I'm
in the
bleeding
car?
out of my chest, dude.
I got an ambulance coming for you.
It's just one dude.
One guy.
And he just hit him. I'm bleeding out of my chest.
I have an ambulance coming for you.
Can you take my dog and go up to my apartment, please? Put him in my house. I don't know. Dude just stabbed me in my chest.
If you could take the dog, I can help you with the wound.
Yeah, I can.
Okay, can you get the dog inside?
I can.
Yep.
I can't breathe right now.
Okay.
Okay, sorry.
Nearby, officers found a man who told them that he and the other victim were a couple and lived in the apartment complex. Earlier that night, they'd been confronted by a man who refused to let them into the building, claiming they didn't live there.
He stabbed my girl. I started chasing him.
Wait, so when did that happen? The stabbing?
I didn't even know he did it till I seen it. She started screaming, and he started running away.
Was that after you got hit by the car?
No, I got hit after he stabbed her because I'm like, get in the car, leave, dude. And he got his car, but he came at me.
Was trying to block the door.
Who is he?
The guy that was in that car.
Do you know him?
I do not. He was trying to get in the building, and this guy was flashing his flashlight.
Listen, before we even get started, listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, the way that society and the criminal justice system and everything has been going, this guy did all of this, and I bet you he gets probation. Yeah, that's crazy. Nah, I'm just playing, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did get probation. It seemed like that's what everybody gets nowadays.
His face, the guy that hit him.
The guy that hit him was
The guy
trying to
that hit him was flashing the light.
Okay.
For
Like
us,
through the front door?
he's trying to block the front door from him getting in.
With his car or with his body?
With his body. So then I pulled up and I stopped because I saw him, he was going to go fight him. And I stopped. I said, get off him. He lives here. And then he hit me with what? I don't know, but he hit me in the arm. Right here, as you can see, there's a bruise forming. Hit me in the arm to try to back me off. And I said, dude, he's riling his dog up. And then she chased him. He was trying to go to his car. He turned around and stabbed her in the chest.
A witness described how she saw the altercation escalate as the suspect shined a flashlight in the victim's face. When she tried to intervene, the suspect struck her in the arm before fleeing the scene.
People yelling that someone was just stabbed. Still no response. Was yelling. Murphy City male stabbed. 911.
Hello, this is Cory Menen. I live at the Gateway Tower, and two people just came in behind me, and I asked them not to come in behind me, and they threatened me and said, if you touch me, I don't know exactly what they meant, but it seems threatening.
How do they threaten?
I don't know who these two individuals are. I don't know their names.
So how did
or
they
even ask.
How did they threaten you?
He said, if you touch me, just remember that.
Okay.
That's what he said. He just came right in behind me. Didn't have a key fob, nothing like that. Got right in my face and told me that if I touched him or else, I better remember that.
And where did they go then after they got into the building?
They went into the elevator.
Okay. Any idea where they went after that?
Is it my job to follow them?
No, I'm just, where are the police going to find them is the problem, is what I'm asking.
Well, how am I supposed to know that? You want me to follow someone who just threatened me?
I didn't ask you to do
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm asking if you knew.
That's kind of what you're saying.
No, I did not ask you to follow them at all. I don't want you to do that. So
how am I supposed to know where they're going?
So then you just say, I don't know where they went, is all you had to say. Okay? All right. And can you give me a description of what these people look like? Were they male or female?
How about y'all check the cameras yourselves and find out? How about that?
They may not have access to those cameras at this time of the day. So if
maybe they need to get a warrant and check them then.
Okay, well, by the time they get a warrant and check them, it's going to be tomorrow sometime.
You know what's crazy, right? And I just got this story real quick. I don't know. Listen, I know you don't care about my story, but I'm going to say it anyways. It's okay. Before I became a correction officer, when I used to be a correction officer, prior to that, I was taking like all different law enforcement, like tests, exams, trying to get into whatever it is that I could get into, right? I was taking police tests, this and that. And I was actually looking up 911 operators, and they were at, like, that test was coming up. I didn't end up taking that test, but I was like, I remember thinking like, dang, can I really do the 911 dispatcher thing? Because I know it's kind of like customer service where like, oh, you're always right. And it's a lot of calls, you know what I mean? You got a lot of rude people. You got a lot of people that it's intense, you know what I'm saying? Because these people are really going through real situations in real time. And you're trying to get all the information that you can and try to, spit that information out to whoever is going to be dispatched to the case. So it is a stressful job. And I'm just listening to this 911 call right here. And it's like, dude, you called 911 for help. And I need the description of what, as much detail as you can give. You know what I mean? The more detail that you can give, the better. And then you're going to catch an attitude with me? What's the description of what he had on? Why don't you look at the cameras? Well, are you really in fear for your life then? If you think we got time to actually go back and look at cameras. It's like, do people like really process things that they actually say? But yeah. All right, that's my little rant. I'm going to let it play.
If they could even get a warrant.
Well, I don't give a dude. That's your job.
Okay, well,
how about that? Off, dude.
Threatening you that you could give me a description.
A short time later, officers spotted the suspect still in the vehicle and engaged in a pursuit, heading northbound on Interstate 35.
Suspect's living in another vehicle. They were passing her. No hubcaps.
Before going any further, I'd like to offer you guys a solution to a growing threat that's becoming more common than ever. In 2024, hidden cameras, trackers, and sound...
No, they're going to get behind that vehicle on the viaduct going north onto 35.
Yeah, there was a bystander pointing towards the viaduct. Where are you at, 47?
Just getting on the 35 going into the tunnel.
Ten 435 will be with 47 if people want to do the scene.
Mr. Headlights.
looks like at affirmative, northbound I-35.
Oh. Coming up to 21st East in about a mile. So what's the plan here? We're going to see what's going to go on at the scene, but we'll knock it down. We just want more
male
calls.
rig to the south side of Gateway. We got a female that is stabbed in the chest. A male that's in the car. 10-4.
Who's out of there?
2-6 is almost with you guys coming through the tunnels.
10-4. Should I just hang on here?
417.
Yeah, stay.
Stopping at the just before the exit to 21st East. 10-4.
Hey! Get out of the car! Let me see your hands!
For the stabbing law.
Officers were able to successfully stop the vehicle and take the suspect into custody.
At this time, Law 3 is closed for the stabbing. Law 3 is closed.
He was identified as 31-year-old Cory James Menen. When officers arrested him, they found he was bleeding from a wound on his forehead. Inside the car, police found a bloodied knife and major damage to the windshield, which aligned with the victim's account of being struck. Menen initially refused to acknowledge his Miranda rights, but eventually waived them and offered a statement.
I feel like I should be released here.
Okay.
After having a medical see me here, and then you just let me go.
Okay.
I did my...
Hey, arrest me, baby. Oh! Hold up, boy. Arrest me. She can arrest me. Yes, sir.
best.
So you don't want me to just give you a ride to the hospital and then we can talk there?
Can I speak without being interrupted, please?
Absolutely, I apologize.
I did my best to protect myself. That's the best I could do. You couldn't find
Guy's a nut
towel
job.
or anything?
I'll double check again. I thought May would be here quicker.
He said he acted in self-defense, that the victims had been aggressive and were trying to get in the building without keys.
You're lying to me.
I promise you. It might be in the call somewhere, but I'm in charge of you. I'm here to make sure you're okay.
You are so lying to me.
So do you want to tell me what happened from your point of view?
I was assaulted by 3 different people.
Okay.
The one guy had a swinging weapon. Not exactly sure what it was.
Okay.
I kept asking him to please stop. Please stop. This can be over with. I don't want anything to do with you. Please leave me alone. I don't want to fight you. He kept coming at me.
You're saying
he was blocking my car while attacking my car. He smashed my windshield in my face that caused cuts in my face.
Okay.
You really think I'm going to stop and let him continue? I have a right to defend myself, and you know it. You know I have a right to defend myself. It's the law.
Yes, and if that's the case, then the charges will be dropped. There's nothing you can do tonight to change that.
Why are they not arresting him when he assaulted me? Look at the stitches on my face.
Right, there's also someone with a stab wound at another hospital. So if you want to puff your chest and get all hypey, I'm just going to put you in cuffs.
Why did you arrest the guy that assaulted me, huh?
Okay.
What do you think, that I did this to myself?
Despite Menen's claims, the evidence quickly began to contradict his story. Investigators reviewed multiple angles of surveillance footage. They showed the moment Menen confronted one of the victims, shining a bright flashlight into his face. After an argument, the situation escalated, leading to the stabbing and hit and run. The footage confirmed that Menen had driven his vehicle straight into the victim, striking him and causing significant damage to the windshield, just as officers had observed at the scene. Cory James Menen was initially charged with 2 felony counts of second-degree assault with a dangerous weapon and misdemeanor 5th-degree assault. He pled not guilty in July 2023. In September 2023, a jury found him guilty of all 3 charges. In April 2024, Menen was sentenced to 18 months and 23 months in prison for each of the second-degree charges and 90 days for the 5th-degree charge, with credit for time he already served. His concurrent sentences amounted to a little over 15 months in prison. In Minnesota, most offenders serve 2/3 of their prison sentence in custody and the last third on supervised release. As of publication,
watch when I get in the mood. No time for the fakes. When you see me, I see you, no FaceTime. Shoot my shot, green beam. 2K shit that get a nigga lean.